Yes, hello Twisky Fingers. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to Gulu City.
Thank you. Thank you.
For someone who doesn't know who Twisky Fingers is, how can you describe yourself?
Twisky Fingaz is a writer, a producer, and a performer. So for somebody who doesn't know me, I come from West Nile, particularly Pakwach. That's where, actually I wasn't born from there, but that's where I come from. That's my ancestral home. Yeah.
So, you're a producer and at the same time, you are a musician.
Yeah.
How do you balance being a producer and a musician at the same time?
Okay, both of these things is about creativity. So I make appointments with my clients, that is for production. And even me being a musician, still production helps me in a way that it makes me connect so fast within myself. I connect so fast when I can get a word and I know the melody that has to come with it. Does that statement need, does it need, let me say, sweetness? Does it need a melody that brings sadness? Does it need a melody that brings happiness? So within myself, it is easy to balance it. And when I'm working with other people as a producer, I make sure I keep my lane as a producer. I don't distract the artist when he's doing his composition, maybe when necessary, when I have to make a correction. That is I think, what almost every producer does. When the artist is going wrong, you have to put them in line. So basically, that's how I balance. And with the music, of course, my management is running that. So I also have a table where I go and be like, guys, what's there on the table? Huh? So we sort things out and
Uh,
get moving, yeah.
Now, there's a song I've seen online, a collaboration between you and Elton Loverboy.
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about that song there and the entire process? How did it come about?
Okay. Nyaluo is the song we've done with Elton Loverboy. The song is called Nyaluo. We've considered the fans' request because a lot of fans have been asking us about a collaboration, me and him basically. But we sat down and looked at it. We were like, yeah, we should do this and also pull up one talented person in the collaboration, because since it had demand already, we had to pull up, we put in Ramsey, who is a producer too. So the song had 3 producers we are both writers, producers, and performers at the same time. So we came up, sat together, started looking at the ideas, like what should we do exactly? And we were like, if we are singing about a Luo, something that connects with the Luo community, it should be 100% Luo. That's why in that song, when you listen to it from the beginning to the end, it's in Luo. I think the only word that is in English is baby. So, yeah, so we had to come up with the ideas, build. So since we were all producers and writers, when somebody's busy writing and the other one has an idea of maybe playing something, you'd be like, oh, come. So you don't have to tell your friend that, play for me something like this. You have it within you. You just take the seat, boom, you play something. So yeah, that's how we came up with a beautiful song, Nyaluo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, does this song have a video already?
Yeah, the song has a video already. It was shot by Derek Toltep, Derek. Yeah, the video is already out on all platforms that you can stream videos on. You can go to my YouTube channel, Twisky Fingaz. You can also go to my socials. You will find the links everywhere. So with the same name, Twisky Fingaz.
Now,
Oh, just a minute. I think another thing, people mistake the spellings of my name basically on fingers. They write fingers, maluet ching enemy. But fingers mania chani, it's Fingaz.
it's with AZ
Yes, it's
instead of
AZ,
ER.
not ER. So a lot of people go and search like that and they fail to get the songs. Yeah,
Now, I've seen pictures of you at Swangs Avenue.
yeah.
Have you ever worked there or you've been there to do a project? What exactly have you been doing at Swangs Avenue?
Okay, my story with Swang's Avenue is lengthy. Years back, when I was doing music with Azawi, so we used to compose together. So we wrote a couple of songs. There was this time she was in university, she needed some money and she wanted to sell a song. And when she went there, those guys were like, we need you, we need the song and you also. So can you work with us? So contract started, discussions started going on. In the middle, they also involved me, they called me and they were like, oh, we need you because you've been working with this girl. At least you know exactly her tone, exactly the directions she has been taking. So you have to be in the team. Sorry, you have to be in the team, and we get work going. I was like, okay, that's fine. So in the process, I was working with different other artists under Swangs. So I also have a privilege to do my songs anytime I need. But lately, the photos you've been seeing, I'm organizing myself to release an album. That's for next year. So I'm always going there to master my songs and sometimes also do their projects. But basically, I'm focusing on my album, the album that I want to release next after the songs that the single songs I'm trying to put out. Magiti, they're on the list of my EP matters. So after this EP getting done, I've decided to drop one by one on the EP. So when the EP gets done, I'm going to drop that album. So already I'm making it ready. Yeah.
So, looking at your history with Azawi, you've known her
Yeah.
before she joined Swangs Avenue or before she became a superstar.
Yeah.
Could you please tell us if there is any project which is a big hit or that went so viral that you worked on with Azawi?
Yeah, I worked on a couple of songs with Azawi. The songs that I did from scratch, like from completely from zero work to the finishing. There's Crazy Lover. That was one of the songs on our first EP. It was the only R&B song. I did Mbinyumirwa with her, and also I was involved in other projects. Yeah.
Okay. Now, getting back to yourself, which song brought you to the limelight?
Wow. That was way back in 2014, 13. Actually, after my school in 2010, I went to Kampala. I joined Kampala Music School. So I was there from 2011 to 2013. That's when I left and went to Nebi. So reaching Nebi, I dropped in with a new style. I found, actually, I went with the first keyboard in Nebi. They were producing music, plotting. They were plotting those chords. They would not play it on a piano. So the taste of music changed, you know. They were producing with FL basically. FL is not a bad plugin. It's a very nice one if somebody can use it very well. That's what they were using basically, and Logic 5. So we upgraded the system music started changing, and that's how I got my first song, Love Letter. Love Letter blew, and I would walk on streets. People don't know me, but I can hear my songs playing. I would be like, look at these guys. They don't know I'm around them. So that time I had the piece of loitering. So yeah, that was my first song. My first breakthrough song was Love Letter. Yeah.
So there's a song I've seen online between you and Liama.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you guys came to work together, and also tell us about the song?
Wow. We recorded that song in, was it 2019, 2020, somewhere there. That was the first recording of that project. I think in the first, that time even Lagsy wasn't yet up somewhere there. Yeah, they came Lagsy, Badman Solo, and yeah, and Yama. Then me, we sat down there, we started composing that song. Then later on, I think personally, I also was concentrating more on production. I was concentrating more on production. That's the time you had songs like Squeeze, Fear and Voltage, songs like Love Me, Voltage Music and Angela Katatumba. The period I was also working with Azawi, stuff, those kind of things. So I got taken up mostly by production. And I think she was also not so active in the game for some time. I don't know reasons why. Yeah. So now, when we all got back, and I decided to focus more on releasing my songs. It happened that she also is back, so we had to plan again, and we were like, let's release this song. We have better other projects, but let this one first go, so we can focus on the rest of the projects coming ahead. Yeah. So, with Mega. That's the story behind it.
Bed Mega, it's called Bed Mega.
It's called Bed Mega. Yeah.
Now, there's a song making rounds on the internet called Adungu. Your song.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Adungu. Adungu, I also did an album. It's called Utole. I did an album of eight songs. I did it, I think we released it in 2020. Was that in lockdown or before? Somewhere there, 2020. So when we released that album, lockdown came. I didn't push it. I was like, oh, let me just leave it. Time will come for it. So recently, when I started releasing music again, we did Nyaluo. Nyaluo was already making rounds. Then Adungu blew out, some from nowhere. It's blowing out. I did 8 songs in an album, but it's surprisingly, after all these years, that song is stepping out right now. You know, yeah. So if you need to know more about Adungu and the other 7 songs, you can go to my YouTube channel or Spotify or Apple Music. You do what? You look for all the songs. You get a variety of songs up there. There's a local. All the songs are up there. Yeah, subscribe, you like and share to a friend. I think that's the best way we are going to put Luo music to the top. Yeah.
So you've been in this industry long enough. If you look at where you came from and right now where we are, how can you describe the music industry?
Wow.
Now.
If I can compare it with where we're coming from, seriously, there's a big change. There's a great change that one of the changes that I can see right now is the internet. The internet. First of all, okay, right now we are doing this interview. It's because of internet, and I would advise our people to really take this as a serious thing, and also our followers. Go stream the song. That's the best way you're going to support your artist. Go stream his music, even if you don't give him cash money, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000. Just go to his channels and stream his music. He will get something at the end of the day. So those days you wouldn't do something like that. We wouldn't get anything from streamings. So that is one of the changes that is currently there. It has brought in media boost. We would only rely on radios, and even now an industry like ours, we don't have enough TV stations. Even the radio stations are few compared to, let's say, Kampala. In Kampala, somebody will release a song today, and the song will have 1,000 plays from only radio. Do you know the influence it can create to the community out there? But here, you might find that the radios are less than 50. So you get less than 100 plays in a day. You get. So internet has somehow helped us to reach out to our followers. Yeah. So that is one big change I've seen, and also the fact that we are getting more talent in the game. Those days there were few artists. So the few songs that were there, they would go through bad or good.
They just blow up.
They would just, because people have to enjoy those songs. They're the ones available in the market. Like you're going to buy tomato. If you get funny ones, and they're the ones there, you come back with them because you have to fry your sauce with some tomato.
Now, Twisky,
Yeah.
there is one thing I want to ask you. You're a producer,
Yeah.
and you're a musician at the same time.
Yes.
There has been an emerging complaint from musicians that if you go to work with a producer who is also a musician at the same time, they will not work on your song very well. That most of them are jealous because they are afraid that if they work on your song very well, you will outshine them. So they just do your thing, and give you and you go away. So regarding this statement, which is coming from very many musicians, not just one, what can you say?
Okay. Everybody is allowed to speak out. Maybe they're also speaking out what they've experienced somewhere. But basically, I've also heard those complaints. But I've heard them mostly from artists who lack focus or are not good enough in composition. I'm promising you this is the truth. Because if somebody who can compose, if somebody has the talent of composing a good song, I promise you, even if I just play for him a snare and something small, that song will blow. You get? Now, I don't know how someone defines that. Daddy Andre is a producer artist, but he has hits for other artists more than himself. You get? The current song that is making rounds in Gulu, Pebalo, is official. So if a producer who is an artist can't make a song for another artist, that is also one example for people to see. I just advise them to focus more on the composition instead of complaining that this producer instead of complaining that this producer is an artist, so he doesn't want me to be his competitor. Bro, this market is big. You can't sell all products in one market, you alone. That's why you go to a market, somebody selling beef, the other one is selling utigo, the other one is selling nyanya, the other one is selling different things from different people. Just take your part from the industry. Don't fight for anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you have a very interesting journey of how you started your music up to where you have reached right now. what was that worst moment for you in this music industry that you almost felt like giving up?
Yeah, I had a moment. I was in Navy. That was 2017. So I went to Navy in 2014. I made a couple of songs that blew out. Timira Kisa, Wekebed and Nyongeza, Love Letter, Lovely. There were a lot of songs that worked, but in a period of 4 years. Let me say 3, because in 27 from 2014 to 2017, I went for a show. So the next morning when I came back, actually not in the morning, at night, at 3 in the night, I would blink and feel something scratching in my eyes. So I was praying, when is morning coming? I go to the hospital and find a way, because I couldn't sleep. I lost sleep. Every time I would blink, it would scratch like something very sharp is scratching inside my eyes. So in the morning, I went to a nearby clinic and explained to them. So these people were like, maybe one of your eyebrows or something has dropped in your eye. I got a normal eye drop just to clean my eyes. Then went back to studio, started shedding now real tears. Tears were flowing. It didn't want to see light, even my phone. Anytime I would put a phone on my face, like I want to dial or text something, a lot of tears continued flowing. It started paining my eyes, it started getting headache. Then I went back to that clinic. Then I told them exactly what was going on. They were like, you know what? This is not right. Because they were like, let's first monitor it, keep on using that eye drop. The next day I was not seeing. The next day I was not seeing. All I would see was white. I was like, what? God, what is this happening to me? Is it a trial? But I knew maybe it happened when I went for a show or something. Because eventually these guys were like, they can't. I went to the main hospital. They were like, there is nothing wrong with my eyes. They did the test. They were like, there's nothing wrong with your eye. So I don't know. Maybe it can be some chemistry.
Someone could have.
There's some chemical reaction is happening. So that period, on the 3rd day, completely I'm in pain and I'm not seeing anything. A friend of mine who is a promoter brought for me some herbs, some to drop in like a small bottle. That he was like, you try this. At that point, I would try anything, because all I was praying for was to have my eyes open again. And I was really losing the hopes of seeing again. I was in that gap. Wow. So this guy came and he gave me that small bottle. And I dropped in my eyes for the first day. It didn't bring a lot of change, but that pain reduced. I was like, oh, God, thank you. Because even I would take a painkiller after a short time, in pain again. So you can't be taking painkillers all the time. So the pain reduced. On the 2nd day, one side of the eye started opening slowly.
Wow.
I would see now, like, but not so clear. Then it started opening slowly like that until I could see again. So after that time, I wouldn't even stand in front of the cameras to shoot a video. That was the time I actually was like, let me concentrate on production, because those lights for shooting videos would affect my eyes. Yeah. It took me like 2 to 3 years for my eyes to get stable again. Even when I was in studio, I would put on the glasses or reduce the screen light of the computer I'm using, so that I can handle the session. So completely, it was a tough moment for me. That's the time I felt like, oh, giving up. But thank God I went through it, and here we are. Yeah,
It has been a tough one.
yeah, yeah.
Really, really.
Yes, yeah.
So, for anyone out there who wants to join the music industry, someone who is new to the industry, what advice would you give to them?
Okay, with the experience I've had from different artists and different companies, when you're joining music, you have to make sure you have all the qualities that music needs. You have all the qualities that it takes. You have to, if you want to be a vocalist, you have to also figure out what exactly you're going to be in the industry. Because this industry has a rapper, it has a vocalist somewhere, it has this bubblegum music guy is Benetier. Bubblegum is also a style. So, everybody defines himself a line mega. So before you joining the industry, you don't just jump and be like, I've entered the industry. You don't know what you're going to do. Make sure you have the qualities. If you want to be a rapper, have the qualities that it takes. Look at the market you're joining and look at the rappers in the market. Look at your position in that market. If I join here as a rapper, where am I going to be? Where am I going to fit among these people who are already in the game? How am I going to fit also? Yeah? You have to make sure you study the market. You don't just come in. And also another thing, you have to make sure you have talent. Because we are not going to just say anybody should just join the music industry. At the end of the day, we have a very funny industry. An industry that has a very funny profile, you know. Music is one of the things that represents an area, a community. But if that community releases bad music always, you become nearer to the other communities around. So let's value our industry also. This is also my message to the other people in the media. Whatever we do contributes to where our industry is going. We have to choose what to sell. Do we have to sell bad or good? Choose what to sell. What will market you the best? What will make somebody out there have a good profile of your community? So let's not just put anything in the industry. So at the end of the day, yes, you know, you're moving around with some songs that you'll be like, what is this? Is this also coming from our industry? So let's really try to mold it. We make our industry look beautiful.
Talking about good music, according to you, it's really very hard for some musicians to talk about fellow musicians, but I'm going to ask you this. According to you, who are some of the musicians that you think have really worked very hard in our industry?
Wow. This kind of questions bring a lot of confusion.
It's your opinion.
Hey, my opinion is I prefer not to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to your last message
Yeah.
to the people watching us right now.
Okay. My last message to the people is that, like I said, stream, support your favorite artist, value them. Another thing is value. If we don't value what belongs to us, other people won't value them. I see a lot of talents in the north, but people have not yet given the talent enough value. Yeah? When you go to Kampala, the way those people treat their artists is different from the reception people give to their artists here. Your artist is your export. When an artist becomes an export, the biggest beneficiary is the community where it comes from. First of all, you're going to be sold out by everything, your culture, the way you dress, the way you people live. You're sold out. In that channel, everybody can find what to do, different kinds of connections. So let's give value to our music. If we don't give it value, you won't have an artist coming from the north to go and bring for us a Grammy or a BET. If we don't give it value, we shall always be having these small dreams of going to pick an award in Kampala and come back here and be happy. What's that? An award that won't even help our industry. Let's dream big and give value to our industry. That's how we are going to one day have somebody with 1 billion streams. Those people who have 1 billion streams, it's not because they come from an area that has 1 billion people, no. Some of those streamers are even you. You get? But it's because the people in their communities have given them value. So let's add value to our industry in every way, in any way. From sound, we give good sound to the industry, to the visuals, to the marketing strategies. The way we put it out there should be with a lot of value. That's how we are going to put our music to the top. Otherwise, for now, it's not bad. I want to appreciate all those people who are giving support to the industry. It's a very tight game. It's a very hard thing to do. But if you have that heart to support the industry, we really appreciate you. Those who come for our different shows, those who meet us in different capacities and give a hand, we appreciate. The fans who keep on supporting, giving us the applause. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate all of you and for your take. Yeah.